Hello everyone. Today we are going to configure an Apache Web Server with EFS. In this slide, you can see that we have two Web Server A and B, which is managed by a load balancer, and definitely both the web server showed similar content. In this approach, it has one limitation. The limitation is even though the content is same, it used two different storage space to store. And because of that one, let's say we have to change the content, so all this instance has to be modified. Now what is the solution? The solution could be we can avoid this situation by implementing a EFS. Now in this example you can see that AWS EFS is added here and the content is moved from the storage location to Elastic File System, and then both the web server A and B mount and connect to the EFS. Let's see with this an example. Let's quickly go to AWS console and now try to create two EC2 instance. Now go and pick. For my example, I'm going to use Ubuntu. Next. Now the number of instance I'm going to change to. Instead of creating multiple time, you can now go to this location, tag. I would like to add a tag called a name, and let's say this is web. Now go to the security group. Let's say creating a new security group, demo EFS now let's say add few rules, HTTP, and then I'm going to use something called that nfs. So pick nfs so that respected port would be open, and pick anywhere. This is done. Once this will be done, hit review and launch, and then you hit again launch. This is my key which I had already stored. Okay, new instance. It might be take few seconds. So meanwhile we go on creating a file system. So now under the storage you can find out EFS, pick this option, create a file system, named it demo EFS, and then I go with the default option, say create. So now you can see that the file system has been created successfully. And let's say if somebody want to connect this file system, so you can go to the view details section. Under the view details section you can find out the option called it attach. Here you can pick the option mount via IP, and now copy this one. Once I copy, I want to make some few modification. I want to remove these optional fields. Okay, and the other correction is I'm going to change to AWS Apache default location, that is where www.html, and store this information for future reference. Now close this. Let's see that whether our EC2 instance is up and running or not. So let's go to EC2. I hope it will be up and running. Yes, now it is running. Let's say named it web A, and this one is web B. Save this. Now let's connect the first instance. Select this connect option, copy this. Let's go to our terminal, and you can see that in this location my key is already there, and just I'm applying commands. Now it will be try to connect to the EC2 instance. EC2 instance has been connected successfully. The next step, let's connect the other machine as well. So first thing, go to instance. Now this time pick web B and go to the connect option, copy this, and this time we are going to use the other instance, other console. So come here, hit enter, say yes, and now you can see it start connecting to both the EC2 instance. The first thing what we are going to try over here, we are first going to update the cache, then we need NFS client to connect to the NFS file system. So what exactly we are going to do here, EFS file system. So what exactly we are going to do over here, we are going to install NFS client and then we are going to install Apache Web Server. So let's do it. First thing, sudo apt-get update -y, indicating that if anything would be coming asking any prompt, then the answer would be yes. Then and now we are going to install NFS client to connect our EFS. Install and nfs-common and say -1. So let's copy this. Okay, we have copied, hit enter, and now it start installing, updating the cache, and same time it will be installing NFS client. Let's try out the same command in this machine as well. Okay, looks like NFS client has been installed successfully. And how are you going to verify? You have to type the command nfs-stat version. This indicating the software has been NFS client has been installed successfully. And let's try the same thing over here. Now next would be we need to install Apache. So come here, sudo apt-get install Apache 2 -1. Copy this, hit enter, and now we are going to apply the same thing in the other machine as well. Okay, so Apache is installed. How to verify? To verify, you have to use the command systemctl this indicating that Apache is also installed in the first machine successfully. Let's try out the other machine. Now you can see that the Apache is also installed in the other machine successfully. Now guys, we try to find out what is the default location. The default location is this. So if I go ls -var ww as html, so this is the default location of our Apache Web Server, and you can find out at this moment one file is there called index.html. Okay, now I'm going to let's open this one. Let's open here. Let's go to instance. Surely it will be this is opening. This is web A, and now same thing here. Copy and try to open the other page. So you can see that both the app has been opened successfully. Now we do one small changes. We are going to modify this file and see that what exactly happened. And of course, if I modify this file, the content, if I modify this file because it's using two different storage, the contents are not going to sync. Now we are going to use elastic file system, and then we are using mount option to connect to the EFS. And if you remember, we had already created this mount option, and which is connecting this var.html file. So let's copy, check the spelling, everything is correct, and let's try out here and say enter. Now to verify that mount is created not, I can use this command, and the same thing I'm going to apply in the next machine also. Now you can see that we are pointing to EFS, and this is the mount point. Now let's go and modify this index.html and see that what exactly happened over here. So let's go here and now modify here. So to modify again, I'm going to use sudo root privilege, and now I'm going to use the command called echo. In this case, I'm going to write some plain HTML. End of HTML, and here we have something called a body section, and I'm going to close this body. Let's write something here. Hello AWS. Okay, and then we are going to redirect to the location where exactly our file is available. Okay, so the location is this. Let's go to that location. Let me expand this. Later we can apply the same command other side. So and now we have index start. Now you can see that the index file is not there. If it is not there, we are going to create something here, index.html. So don't worry about that. Now hit enter. Okay, let's go and see that whether we have file or not. So first command would be so we are going to use ls, and then we'll see that whether after mounting our file is exist or not. So you can see that the index.html file is not there. Let me log in with sudo, and then we have enough privilege, and then we go and create sudo su, and now I'm going to create this index.file since it is removed. Okay, now this allows me to create, and then I can use the other command ls. Now we can see this is the index.file is there, and now to verify we can apply the get command and see that what is the content, what content is there. So now you can see that. Okay, so I have to mention the file name. Now we can see that this is the content what I modify. Let's try out the same thing over here. So let's copy this get command and see that whether the index.html file is reflected here or not. Copy this, and now we are going to try out here. Enter. You can see the similar content, and if I go back to my web server and try to update the content, you can see that both are sharing the similar content. For example, let's say go back again here and do few few more modification. Let's say this would be, let me expand this, control C, yeah, and now I say AWS try for EFS. Okay, hit enter. Okay, now we go and verify the same content is reflected in both the web services or not. We can see that this is reflected in web server A, and now we're going to try out the same thing. We can see that both the web server update with valid content. So this we can conclude this discussion. If you have any questions, comment or concern, please leave them in the comment section below, and please remember to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.